Hey everybody! On this episode of Gaming and Collecting, we're returning to the Pokemon universe. This time we're going to be discussing all the starters from the mainline games, talking about the ones we liked, the ones we disliked, and kind of just ranking them in a way, sort of. It's a very front heavy list, that's all I'll tell you. But until then, guys, enjoy the episode. How you been?
Well, literally 5 minutes before I got on this call with you, I hear a crash and a smash, and I see broken glass, and then I see poo. So she freaking broke something. She broke like this little. I had this little mug candle. It had a cat on it. It was cute, and our mom got it for me, and it's broken and dead. She killed my fucking mug. I can't have nice things.
Nope, because you have a cat.
No, I have a demon.
You
I'm a
wanted it.
demon. I don't. I didn't know what I signed up for.
Oh, I think you
It
did.
wasn't in the fine print. No.
You just didn't get lucky on the roulette this time.
Nope. I got a demon. Demon that eats fucking everything. And destroys everything. How are you feeling, Bill? Tell the audience what happened last weekend.
You mean Monday?
I mean on Monday. I don't know what fucking day it is anymore. What happened on Monday?
Oh, I had to get my wisdom teeth out, and that was swell.
Do you
Um,
feel not as wise anymore? Do you feel less wise?
this joke isn't funny. Anyways, moving
But
on.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
but yeah, I had to get those taken out on Monday, so I legit didn't do anything all day Monday. We got them out. Um,
I drove Bill to and from the dentist, so I got to hear Loopy Bill talk, which was pretty funny.
I don't know. You were kind of disappointed I wasn't as loopy as you wanted to.
Yeah, but it was still pretty funny. Like, especially when we passed Six Flags, that was my favorite part. Cause you went, I want to go to Six Flags. Yes, and then you're like, I want to go to the Death Tower, and you wouldn't stop saying that over and over. I was like, this is so creepy. You're like, the Death Tower, the Death Tower. I'm like, what the fuck are you
Okay, so
talking about?
I must have been watching on like the fucking amusement dark subreddit again or something. I don't fucking know.
But the best part is like at first you're like, I want to go to Six Flags. And then you just start going, Death Tower, Death Tower. And I was like, Jesus. And then another fun part of the car ride home was it was like 4th of July, and I think another America themed holiday is coming up. So there's a bunch of American flags, and then you just go, America, forget. Like you just start, but you keep going, and every time we pass the flag, you keep going, America.
Unfortunately, Alex did not get any of this captured, but
Well, I'm
so
driving.
I vaguely remember the America fuck yeah. I don't remember the Death Tower thing, so that's great.
The Death
Um,
Tower was wonderful. No, it wasn't wonderful, but it's pretty funny. And then you just were like, house, 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 car, like just every time we pass something.
I must have been loopy because I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
pretty funny.
I have to say, like, we definitely live in a post-COVID world sometimes because, like, holy fuck, like, I get in there, the operation is like general anesthetic. I'm out in a second. The next thing I know, it's over. They just straight out pull you out of the chair. They're
Get
like,
out of
okay,
there.
bye. Like, they
Yeah.
just out the door. Like, they didn't tell me anything. Like, and
No,
I'm
they
just
did.
like,
Well, you were also very loopy, so they didn't tell you much. But I wasn't there for that long either. Like, that was
your
like,
your
"Oh,
connection's
come
taking a
in, grab
massive
them," and then they're like,
your connect
"Bye," and
your
I had
your
my car. Oh,
You literally, your connection just took a massive dump right there, and I got nothing.
yeah, it was the same on your side, so I think it might have been a mutual thing because it also did
Well,
that.
it records
But
on
what was
my
the
end,
last thing you
so
heard? What was the last thing you heard?
you literally were saying how you basically they didn't tell you anything either.
No, they
But
literally told me nothing. They gave me a QR code that was not helpful. They're probably the worst place ever. They also tried to charge you twice for the procedure, which I also thought was pretty nuts.
oh yeah, their office was extremely disorganized.
It was very
Like
incompetent. The
the
office staff was
actual
very
yeah the actual doctors, like the surgeons and everything, they were fine. Like they easy enough got it done. But yeah, this the front office there. Oh boy.
yeah. Well, and I remember too, I had to go swing the car around. So I like sat you in a chair and I was like, "Don't fucking move!" And then I proceeded to almost eat shit and fall down the stairs because I was wearing sandals that didn't fit great, my feet great. Yeah, so I almost fell. But then I got the car around. And I was like, "All right, get in." And then I don't know. You did something funny walking to the car too. It's like you
I
almost like
almost
fell.
stumbled because
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
did we?
And
Oh no! Oh yeah, because we were on an upper floor and you drove around, so we didn't have to go down the stairs.
yeah, so you didn't have to go down the stairs. I still had to go down them, but
And I
yeah.
think, oh yeah,
Oh.
I kind of stumbled into the car.
Yeah, you did. Which is pretty great. And I laughed at you. I think at one point you're like, "Stop laughing at me."
I don't remember
But
that.
still,
The jet
my favorite moments were, "I wanna go Six Flags
Death
in
Tower.
America."
Yeah. Yeah, because then after that, we got back to my house and she watched me for a couple
Well, I
hours just to make sure I
had
didn't
yeah.
die.
And then I went and got your 6 prescriptions because they, for some reason, prescribed Bill with like 50 different drugs.
Yeah, that most of them haven't done anything. Um,
Yeah. So,
I didn't take the oxy because fuck that. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that was fun. We watched Scott Pilgrim Takes Off though. That was an entertaining watch.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good walk. Oh, I lied to you the other day. When I said the Sailor Moon movie was out, it wasn't out. They just have it on the Netflix screen
Okay,
to remind
I
people. It doesn't come. It comes out soon though. It's August 22nd.
yeah,
So
I was gonna say like I thought that was early, but
I thought it was too. I've never seen Netflix do that before. But also, I haven't watched Netflix in a while because it wasn't. So I made a Netflix account. It was not letting me use your Netflix account here. So I made one, and then I go to log into Netflix, and it logs me in, and I can use your account. So I don't know. Like, I have no idea. So now I'm like, well, I'll keep the account for at least a month to see in case it reverts back. But right now I'm using your account.
okay, that's fine. You still have a profile, so
Yeah. That's where Alex the Parasite originated from.
well, no, I think it was first on the Discord server, and
No,
then
no, it was on the Netflix account, and then I copied it to the Discord server because it all
uh,
started from I was using your Netflix account, and then you're like, "You're a fucking parasite." So then I called myself Alex the Parasite, and then it's taken off from there because I'm a parasite apparently. Um.
yeah, on all my on
Oh, I forgot to show you. I'm gonna try. The viewers can't see this, but I'm gonna show Bill my knee. Ran it into a wall. Do you see how purple it is?
how the fuck did you do that?
I was doing have you ever done inchworms?
No,
Okay, it's where
maybe
you go where you touch your toes and then you walk yourself into a plank.
okay,
But then I was doing them where and then you're supposed to like walk across the room doing them. But I was doing them like as a stretch, so I was doing that into the plank and then going into a lunge. And I was next to my stairs because I was working out in my living room. I was next to my stairs. I did my left foot and I was fine. I brought my knee forward into a lunge to do a stretch. And then I was too close to the stairs. I brought my other knee forward and I just slammed it into one of the corners of the rail of like like how our stairs because we had the same stairs like the that like the poles they kind of stick out, like they're on
Hmm.
the outside of it. So I nailed my knee into one of the corners. It's
Nice.
progressively much better. Like when I did it on Tuesday, and when I woke up on Wednesday, my knee was like super bloated.
That's great. So you couldn't walk and I couldn't eat. It's fun.
Well, no, I still went to dance.
Of course.
It wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, I've done worse. Like, the worst part was like I not only like slammed it really hard, but then I also like you could see down the middle. You couldn't see on the camera, but you could see down the middle of it. There's like the stripe, like from all the skin that it pulled off
Oh,
too. Yeah. So my knee is purple and yellow, but it feels a lot better. I mean, it's still kind of achy, but not bad. So, but I worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today's going to be my rest day because I thought I should probably give it a day off. Yeah, but my knee's purple. Didn't
nice.
that look good? It looks worse than it feels. Like it's not
They
bloated anymore, which is
generally
good.
do.
Yeah, but didn't that
Uh,
look pretty?
not really. I haven't been able to eat all week, which is fun. I've been eating
Have you been
nothing but.
eating soup?
So
Good
I
soup.
had soup and soup for the most of the week. Yesterday
I
I had some lo mein,
lo mein. Okay.
and then today I was brave enough and I had a bagel, and no
Were you
problems.
supposed to eat a bagel? Okay.
They
No
didn't, Alex.
straws?
Alex, they didn't tell me shit. So how am I supposed to
True.
know?
No
Um,
straws? No
it's
straws.
not bleeding anymore. Like I'm not spitting out blood when I brush my teeth, so that's a good sign.
That's good. Well, as long as you're also being very careful in that area, you're not like brushing that area, right?
No, I'm brushing around it and getting the teeth,
Okay, okay. Okay, good.
then
Good.
doing the
All right.
rinse.
Yes.
Um,
The
yeah, but
icky rinse.
I ate a bagel, so I can eat somewhat solid food now.
You keep it don't go into full solids yet.
I want goddamn pizza. I really want pizza.
I could blend some for you.
I can probably do it. It's getting better.
Well, we can get pizza. I would say get like a we'll get pizza this weekend, okay? But
See
you have
how
to
it,
be you can't get like the chicken. It has to be like cheese or something with soft toppings.
we'll see how I feel because I'm getting. It's honestly like I'm thinking it's almost better.
It's still very soon though, so don't overdo it. But anyways,
Anyways,
we had our gross talk of my disgusting knee and your gross bloody teeth.
yeah,
So might as well get into our topic now. Wait, Bill, what are you drinking?
I'm having a gin and tonic because it's been a long week.
You're drinking alcohol? Who are you?
Uh, myself.
Aren't you gonna ask me what I'm drinking?
What are you drinking, Alex?
It's not my boy Kirky, but he is my boy Poland. Poland fucking Springs. All right. Where is it? Where? No, there's no. Oh my god, that scared me. There's an ad on the bottom of the screen, and it had like a little plane that flew up, and I thought it was a bug, so it scared me because it was bug colored and
That
shaped.
that's what you get.
There's no nutritional facts.
Yeah.
That's why I hate Poland fucking Springs. There's no facts. There's
Well,
nothing. All it says is scan for more. Helping to conserve springs. Make it better. 100% I had a stroke. Natural spring water. Poland Spring, established in 1845. That's a long time. 16.9 fluid ounces, 500 milliliters. The barcode reads 75720 and you can recycle it for 5 cents in Maine and New York. Unique New York. And warning, Bill, it says the cap poses a choking hazard, particularly for small children and people named William Barber. That's what it says in the fine print.
that's nice.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck? When did that get there?
The world
When
I never knew.
Wait, what? Bill, because we're not posting this video because I look like a grub. Bill just made a banner pop up at the bottom of the screen that says like something about my facts. I can't remember, but I knew it was insulting. No, no one cares about my facts. How fucking dare you? I'm gonna put a poll in the server and have everyone who loves my fucking facts put some vote yes. You take that down right fucking now. That's it. I'm posting in the server as we speak.
Well,
I'm going in there now. Where should I
you
post?
do that. I'm gonna start.
No.
You have an entire water bottle propaganda channel.
All right, I'll post it. I forgot about that.
Of course you did.
I'm busy, okay?
Anyways, so moving on, we do have a fact for. God fucking damn it, Alex. We do have a topic.
What?
Never mind. You'll understand on you'll.
We got a fact. All right, I'll read a little more.
No.
Empty and replace the cap. Recycle the.
Anyways, we'll let her go on there for a minute.
You unmute me right now, you little fucking. So we have a fact. What's your fact, Bill? Hey, Bill, what would you prefer? Do you prefer the water ball or do you prefer the Jad jokes? What do you prefer?
the Jad jokes.
I'm having a stroke, okay? I don't. I'm
I
dying.
thought you
Bill,
said that.
I have a
I thought you
present
said
for
this.
you. You want a volume
don't.
of manga? I'm giving
No.
it to you. You don't have a choice. It's just
You
one.
can-
It's just the first one. It's not like a
I
middle
don't-
one. You can just hold on to it until you eventually watch the show and also love it as much as I do. I'm not going to say what it is, though, for the viewers, because we might use it for an anime swap at some point. So,
Anyways, so we do have a topic for this episode. We're doing Pokemon again.
Pokemon.
This one I think might be a bit more interesting though than some of the previous ones we've done, depending on who you
I was
ask.
trying to say,
Our mother
Mom,
hates them.
click away
Um,
now. Mom hates Pokemon.
So in the past, we've so far covered every Pokemon in the series. We've talked about the player characters, the protagonists, and we've talked about the rivals. But I was thinking about this, and let's be real here. Like the player characters, that's cool and all, but that really doesn't matter in terms of the long run of the game. The thing that really matters and kind of like completely will set your Pokemon adventure from the get go is your starter.
Yes.
And the starters are honestly probably the most important Pokemon in the games. And I thought it'd be kind of cool if we discussed the starters and we kind of went over what we thought, like which ones were our favorites, and in reality, like how much they actually affect how much we like a certain game in the series.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you what, the starters are like the first impression of a Pokemon game. And if the starters suck, that literally will ruin an entire game for us.
Yeah, because then you'll just be like fighting to be like, oh, I just want to find someone to replace my starter.
Yeah. So we're going to do them pretty much in order. There is one little kind of exception where we have to go a little out of the box just because of a specific game.
Yeah.
But let's start with Gen 1. So Generation 1 literally has quite possibly the most iconic starters of all time.
And let's just say it. They're the best.
I
mean, there's some really good ones, but like no one can beat Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. They are classic. They are perfect. I mean, Bulbasaur has his own propaganda. You know, he's the best out of them. Out of the original, he's the best starter of all time. Let's just be honest. Don't lie, people. Don't deny it. You love Bulbasaur. You just don't want to admit it.
See, the thing is, though, like in like these games, like especially in the later ones, there might be one starter that you kind of gravitate towards. Gen 1, though, all three of them I could honestly do a playthrough with.
Oh, yeah. Like, and I mean, there's been games where you try and get like all the original starters because they're just so awesome. I mean, Bulbasaur's the best, but Charmander and Squirtle are really cool too.
You know what I also really... That's the thing. You know what I really love about the evolutions from Gen 1? They make sense.
Yeah.
Like Bulbasaur to Ivysaur to Venusaur, that works. Like it's
Yeah.
progressive. Like it's a gradual shift. Like Charmander, Charmeleon's a little strange compared to like a little like different in between. Like
Yeah.
Bulbasaur definitely has the cleanest transition.
He's
Charmander,
especially too because like he has this little flower and it just blooms on the back and he becomes
yeah.
big, big boy.
But I mean, Charmander to Charizard is fun. Squirtle
Yeah.
to Blastoise is also fun. Ironically, with Charmander and Squirtle, their middle forms are kind of like the weird, like,
Awkward teenager phase.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I still
And
like all
Bulbasaur's
three of them.
chilling. No, yeah. They all three of them have very solid designs throughout all their evolutions. Like you can't go wrong with a single one of them. And they're really strong too. Like they're all really great
Well,
starters.
stat wise, like the starters are always inherently just really strong.
Yeah.
But even like they're just so well balanced. Like I mean, the original games, like the original Red and Blue, um, yeah, the balance was pretty shit. Like I mean, like Bulbasaur literally like all you need is Razor Leaf because it criticals every fucking time. Um,
Yeah.
and if you pick Char
Love him.
if you pick Charmander, you're going to be in for a very hard time at the start of the game.
Yeah, because your first gym is a water gym.
No, it's a rock gym,
Oh, it's a rock gym. Oh, sorry, I was mixing.
then a water gym.
Then a water gym. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like boom, boom. And then if you pick grass, you just have a great time.
Even if you pick Squirtle, you have a pretty easy time.
Oh, yeah.
Um, that being said, though, moving on, we have to talk about Yellow for a bit.
Yellow.
So Pokemon Yellow to me, the original Yellow was designed to basically replicate the anime at the time. So instead of getting one of the three starters, you get a Pikachu
Pika
at the start,
Pika bitch. Yes.
which I enjoy the fact mostly because you actually get all three starters later on in the game,
Oh, that's pretty sick.
kind of similar to how Let's Go did it. But also,
Yeah.
the thing I don't like though is you can't evolve the Pikachu, and Pikachu inherently as by itself kind of sucks.
Yeah. Huh.
Like you can't
Raichu
evolve it to
first.
Raichu, and like that to me because there's no electric stones in Yellow, I think, or maybe you just can't evolve it. Either way, you can't evolve the Pikachu in Yellow version,
Was
and that just
Raichu a form at that point? Like, was
yeah, right,
Raichu?
right. Raichu's in the first game.
Oh, he is? Oops.
Yeah, but the electric gym uses one.
Oh, whoopsie.
Um, yeah. So that one was always interesting to me because like you would start with a Pikachu and then your rival would start with because the way it usually works is you whichever Pokemon you pick, your rival will always pick the starter that's stronger.
Mhm.
So if you pick the grass, they'll pick the water. If you pick the water, they'll pick the I'm no. If you pick
Yeah.
the grass, they'll pick the fire. If you pick the water,
Yeah,
they'll pick
they
the
always pick
grass.
the one that's going to be more of a challenge for you because you
Yeah.
fight your rival multiple times.
In Yellow though, you get a Pikachu and they get an Eevee, which
Oh, lame.
isn't much of an advantage. And what annoys me is they can evolve their goddamn Eevee, but you can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the point of an Eevee. Like, no one just keeps it at normal Eevee unless they're
But
weird.
then if you play Let's Go, the Eevee version, they actually let you start with an Eevee, and you can't evolve it. I'm like, this is stupid. Like,
Oh, that's
yeah.
dumb.
Well, to be fair, it has the stupid broken as fuck like special moves. So
Okay.
because Let's Go, as much as I like Let's Go, like it is a broken fucking mess of a game.
Mhm.
Um, but
Well,
yeah,
it's very
so
easy. It's not a hard game
well,
to beat.
yeah, because they give you like the most broken moves. Like the hardest part about that game is catching Pokemon.
Yeah, because you have to
Um,
use the Pokemon uh
Go
Let's Go
mechanics.
app. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so Yellow was an interesting diversion. It's the only game that you don't start with a traditional starter.
Hmm. The rest follow the same formula of
Mhm.
grass, fire, water.
Yes. Now, moving on to Johto or Generation 2, we
Johto.
have Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. This is another very solid set of starters.
It is, but this is also the one game where I don't pick the grass type. Actually,
Same.
one of the few. I always pick Cyndaquil on this round. I always for
So
Kanto, I always pick Bulbasaur. But for Johto, I always pick Cyndaquil.
So I will say about Johto, this was kind of the start of there would be certain generations where one Pokemon in particular would be the one that's just generally circled out.
Yeah,
Um
like
and
X'd out, like no one picks this one.
well, it's the one where like everyone kind of gravitates towards one in particular.
Oh, okay.
Like cuz most people pick Cyndaquil. Um
Yeah,
which is fair cuz Cyndaquil is out of the three my favorite design. Because
yeah,
it's super unique. It's like a little anteater that shoots fire.
yeah.
Then
I feel
I
like Totodile was too similar to Squirtle, and then Chikorita was just I don't know too cutesy.
so once again I really enjoy the evolution like chains on these guns too because they can make
Mm,
sense. I
yes.
mean, Typhlosion is the best out of the three, but Chikorita going to Meganium I really like, and then Totodile to Feraligatr is really solid.
Mm.
Um, I'm just not a huge fan of the water types generally. There's like maybe like two games that I'll pick a water type. Um,
Yeah, it's yeah, and it's mostly because I don't like the other other two designs. But
yeah,
no, I mean I've never not picked Cyndaquil for either of these games, so it's hard to say. But I mean, I like Totodile's designs and evolutions. I don't know, Chikorita just never. I mean, I do like their final design. They're a pretty little flower.
I
They're
love
so
Meganium.
cute.
I honestly
Meganium's
wish
so
I could
sweet.
skip. I wish I could skip Chikorita and Bayleaf and just go straight to a Meganium
I
sometimes.
know. I wish you could just catch. I'm so. I feel like too. Meganium has like has dragon vibes to it. Can it learn dragon moves?
I don't really. I don't. I so rarely will use one, so I don't really know. Also, interesting
Yeah.
fact too is Bulbasaur was also kind of special because Bulbasaur was a grass poison type.
Yes. He's a
Um,
special boy. Girl.
which
Whatever.
you didn't always get like hybrid. Like they'd usually evolve into hybrids as they evolved up later
Yeah.
on, but like Bulbasaur is the first one that kind of you get a double type.
Yeah. And the only other one isn't until like many other generations later. So,
True.
and
That
it's
being said,
also
though,
grass because grass is OP.
true. Well, not in Gen two, not in Gen two, because
No,
you
not in
pick
Gen 2. Gen 2, I pick Cyndaquil, so.
well in Gen two. If you pick Chikorita, you're gonna be in for a fucking hard time because the first two gyms, actually, I think the first like couple gyms are brutal on. So it's flying and then bug, two of
Oh boy.
Grass's least favorite types.
Nice.
If you want to go for the hard mode, pick Chikorita. But
See,
I
I'm
will say,
surprised I didn't pick Chikorita because when I was younger, I used to always go for the cute ones. But I don't know, something about
to
Cyndaquil
be
just
fair
like
though, their Cyndaquil's pretty cute too.
he is pretty cute, but like in a different like Chikorita's more cutesy
We
cutesy.
haven't really encountered an ugly starter yet.
No,
And don't
not
worry,
yet.
there will be ugly
Not
starters.
yet. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Gen 2, also solid.
Yes.
All right, let's get to them now. Generation 3,
Honestly,
fucking
these ones are
love
very
these.
solid too. This I would rank Gen 1 is number 1 and then Gen 3 is number 2 in terms of
So
really good starters. Like a
I
solid
am
all 3 of them are great.
true.
I know you're a
I
Suiko lover.
I am don't phrase it that way. I am an extremely biased to Generation 3. Like Sceptile is my favorite Pokemon ever. So like if I'm playing Gen 3, I'm picking Trico. That
Yes.
being said, Torchic and Mudkip are really good as well.
I've used all 3 of them. Actually, I think my first one go around I actually did Torchic. Uh and no, I think you traded me a Torchic for a different game at one point because I remember you traded me him at Blaziken and he didn't listen to me because I wasn't leveled high enough for his level for him to listen to me.
You
But
were very naive
Blaziken,
then.
I was. This is before I was actually like strategic and stuff. But
This is before
all
you
3 of
became
these
the bigger
starters,
Pokemon fan than me.
yes, yes, yes.
Um, yeah, though Gen 3 starters, chef's kiss, like super solid, great designs. They're adorable. Um,
Yes.
they have great
And they
evolution.
all grow up to be like really badass too. Like they go from like really cute to like very like, grrr, we're gonna kill you. No.
I like how different they look and feel too compared to like the Gen 2 and 1 starters.
Mm. Like I feel like looking at Chikorita, like in terms of like the eyes, like they were still kind of holding on to like the previous designs where as these ones, like well, minus Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil was the most like different. I feel like this one they
Hmm.
went for let's make them all completely different,
To
which
be
I think
fair though,
makes it
too,
really shine.
in context too, you got to remember Johto is technically the same continent as Kento, so it kind of makes sense that they're similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hoenn an entire new continent, like in a completely new area. I really like that they kind of reflect that and they feel different.
Mm,
But that being said, love the Hoenn starters, love Gen 3.
mm,
Moving on, we get to Sinnoh. And Sinnoh, at first, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't a huge fan of
mhm. Yeah.
these ones. They've grown on me significantly though.
Oh yeah. I would say at least I'm not the biggest fan of Chimchar. He's just not my favorite design, but Turtwig and Piplup, I love them both.
So
Especially like Turtwig is so, especially the context of Turtwig's evolved form Torterra is so cool. Like honestly, the Detective Pikachu movie made me really love Torterra because I'm just imagining him as this giant beast, like very. I don't know. He's very Miyazaki film to me,
mm,
which I think really makes me love him a lot more.
oh, we should bring up that in the previous gen, Torchic was the start of a trend that a lot of fire type fans
Oh,
aren't the biggest fans of. Me, I never picked the fire type except for Gen 2, so it never bothered me. But Torchic's final form Blaziken is infamously a firefighting type.
yep.
And this would become like the meta for like a couple of years.
All fighters must be fighters.
Well, because Chimchar is in a lot of ways. I love Chimchar's two evolutions, like his final form, like Infernape, I believe.
Mm.
Um, also
Yeah,
firefighting, but I like
Infernape
the
is
design.
pretty cool. I like his knee
I,
pads.
I like the fact too that like in this gen, like all the starters have like are become multi types as they evolve. Like Piplup becomes
Yeah,
Empoleon, who's like a water
Empoleon, which
steel.
I love. I don't like. I don't like Piplup's middle form. I just think he looks like a derpy penguin. But but Empoleon is really cool. Like especially
I
his
love
like
the
Triton beak and like his
trident face.
steel
Yeah.
aspects is really cool. Yeah. Empoleon's really cool. I remember I tried to catch one in Legends of
Arceus.
Arceus, and it kept murdering me. Stop murdering me, Empoleon. But like,
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about Arceus later. We'll get to that though. And then Turtwig is a ground grass type. Turtwig I always pick just because I love his design. Like he is the
I
cutest of the three in my opinion.
he is very cute, and like I mean, his middle design, it's like it's not
The
as
middle
pretty.
the middle designs are supposed to be kind of awkward though.
I know, but then like that. The his final though is like the continent Pokemon is just so cool. Like he just reminds me of like I could see him in a Miyazaki movie transporting the main characters across the world. Like I just
Yeah.
love him. He's so cool.
So Gen 4 definitely grew on me. It's probably my least favorite of all the ones we've looked at so far, just as a complete
Mhm.
package.
Yeah,
But
Turtwig is one
anyway,
of my favorite grasses.
hmm,
So and Piplup one of my favorite waters. So
hmm. Moving on now though, we get to the Unova region,
America.
Gen 5. I will say this is my last gen where I love all three. Like
Yes.
because after this we go to some weird places. Um
Yep.
but that being said, let's start with Snivy, the grass type. I love Snivy.
Yes.
I love the
Oh, me
smug
too.
fucking
I love,
face.
even though I love that, I love that Snivy rather than like evolves further, he de-evolves and he loses limbs.
Yeah, he goes from
As he goes,
he goes from bipedal to snake. um,
well, he has actual arms and feet, legs, and then he goes from he has okay, he has legs, and then he has these fake hands that are leaves, and then he just goes
snake.
snake. But
But
he
I
is a
love that
cool
form.
fucking snake, and he has leaf blade, which is fucking great.
He's basically a Sceptile clone, and I love it. Love him for that. Um,
I love him. He's a great little snake man. I choose him every single time. Every single one.
I've done all three because I really like Tepig as well. Like Tepig is fun, like
I
pig Pokemon.
I did not like to pick younger, but I love his evolved form. Like I love Embor. He's just so
Emvor.
cool. Well, because he reminds me, I like honestly, I get the firefighting for him because he kind of reminds me of like a sumo or something. You know,
Hmm,
he's just sick. He's very sick.
he was fun. Also
But his
firefighting.
base
So
design looks so derpy. He's
yeah,
like,
but
damn,
it's it's cute though. I like the designs. And then
I
finally
love his fight.
Oshawott. Oshawott adorable. It's an otter.
Oh yeah, no, Oshawott really cool. And his final, and again, this is a generation where all the final designs are just fucking badass. Like
They
they're
are. Well,
just
they
all cool.
also I love this gen because the fucking fandom because of Oshawott's name, it became a Metal Gear Solid reference.
What?
Um, so we got Revolver Oshawott, to Pig Boss, and Solid Snivy because he turns into a snake.
Nice.
That I just remember when the game first came out and everyone saw Oshawott's name, it was like Revolver Oshawott.
So funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
great
Samurot's
trio.
cool. And you know what's funny though is like Osh Oshawott almost seems like in its middle form that it could also be a fighting, like a
Hmm,
water fighting. But then it evolves into again, it de-evolves and it goes from bipedal to four pedal. I don't know what quad pedal. I don't know. Uh, yeah, he loses his legs and he gets arm legs.
yeah. Um, okay, so moving on now, we get to the Kalos region, Gen 6, the first 3D game. And Gen 6, we've
And
mentioned in the
there's
past.
only one starter that they hold on to from this series. The other ones they just put in the
Well,
corner and say these
let's
didn't happen.
well, no, two of them I think are acceptable.
Two of
We'll
them, okay.
I mean, so first off, like we've mentioned in the past, Gen 6, everything Gen 6 did was kind of weird. Um,
Yeah. Well,
you know what?
especially, but you got to remember is that it came off from probably one of the best Pokemon games out there.
Well,
Like Black and
it,
White is probably one of the best ones.
that's true. And to be fair, Gen 6 isn't bad. It's just weird because
And
it's
following up with it is yeah,
well, it's that, and it's also trying a lot of really interesting. It was trying a lot of new stuff. Not a lot of it
yeah.
worked, but Gen 6, I give a pass. That being said, the starters. Should we just talk about Chespin now?
Yeah, let's just get it over with. Chespin
So
sucks.
the
He's
first
ugly. I
the
hate
first
him.
gen
I hate
where
his
the first gen where I was outwardly just I disliked the grass type, which I hated because I fucking grass is my favorite. Um, so
like I hate his
Ch-
first form.
his first form is
I
the
hate
sad
his
part is his
second form.
the sad part is though his first form is like the best of the three in terms of like his evolutions because like his second form it just looks like he got stung by bees, and then
It does. Like he's
his
a
third
bee, like a bee
yeah, and then
boss.
his third form he just turns into fucking Buzz
It's like
Lightyear.
what the fuck? Yeah,
Like
but also like how does it go from that to that? Like it doesn't make any sense.
this was the
But
game where the
hey, it's
disc
grass fighting.
woo um this was the game where the disconnect in evolutions really kind of began because then we get to
Yeah.
Fennekin, who decent design fire type, definitely trying something different with the fire types for once, which I appreciate because
Yeah.
let's face it, everyone was tired of firefighting by this point. And I will give him credit. Its
Yep.
final form, Delphox, is a fire psychic, which is pretty unique.
Yeah, will say I didn't really remember what the final of this one looked like. It's not bad. It's actually pretty nice.
The thing is,
I like
though,
the fire sidekick.
Fennekin is a great Pokemon. Like, I enjoyed that one. But let's be real. If you're playing Gen 6, you're probably picking Froakie.
Yes. Cause you know, frog boy,
Fucking
and
Frog.
he
Like,
becomes a ninja.
like
Ninja frog.
I really liked frogs back in the day. So, like, when I saw finally a frog starter, I was like, fuck yeah, Frog.
Yes, 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 yes. And
That being
you,
said, though, the
you gotta
shift
admit, like
between.
Greninja's design. Uh,
Oh, you mean Tongue Scarf?
yes, I love a good tongue. I love the tongue scarf.
Um, I love Greninja. Water Dark type is cool. I will admit though, the
Yeah,
shift between Frogadilator or whatever the fuck the middle form is, and Greninja is such a fucking drastic shift.
yeah. I feel like all of them were though. Well, actually, you know what? I will say,
Fennekin's is
out of
pretty
all of them,
standard.
Fennekin has the most flow, but Chespin and Froakie, no flow. No flow.
No,
I mean,
but
at least you
Froakie
can
at least.
tell. At least though you can connect that it evolved from little frog to bigger frog, whereas Chespin it just was like, what the fuck is it? Like if you looked at his final evolution next to his first, you would not think that came from the same Pokemon.
Yeah,
No,
I mean
like
it's interesting to me because this is the first gen where I was like water type all the way, which is rare
yeah.
for me because I
No, me
never
too.
picked a water
I
type.
usually pick grass.
Yeah, and the grass type sucked.
Yeah,
Um,
he's so ugly.
I'll at least give them credit too, though. Like at least they're all unique designs. Like we haven't reused anything yet.
Yet.
Um, yeah. Because so far, as we've gone through, like every starter has been at least somewhat unique, like a creature.
Yeah.
That being said, though, let's talk about the Aloha region, our Sun and Moon, Gen 7, the game I got 5 minutes into and put it down and never looked back.
I
Um,
know people hate on these starters, but I'm sorry. Rowlet is fucking adorable. I
it's
love his
just
evolved.
Blathers.
Yes, and everything about it is great. I name him Blathers every time. But like, look, he's his first one. He's so cute. Look at his little leaf bow tie. You just want to go smush his little cheeks, and then he evolves into emo Blathers with this emo bangs, and I love him for that. And then he evolves into I can't pronounce it, but he's really freaking cool and still kind of emo. Like he's like an emo superhero man. Like I just freaking love him. And like in the Legend of Arceus, he's like all fall colored, which is pretty fun. He is great. He deserves better. He deserved a better game.
That being said, I really liked Litten, like Firecat.
He is pretty cute. He is pretty cute, but Blathers all the way. Blathers.
Yeah, the Firecat was really cute. Also, the final evolution Incineroar, just fucking giant Firecat. Fire Dark too, which was cool.
I'm sorry, but I prefer Embor better. But you know, Incineroar is okay.
Poplio,
It's my pick.
I didn't care
Who
at all.
cares? Who cares? Well, it's a fucking seal.
It's a
And then
seal
it
with a
evolves into
goofy
a
looking mermaid seal. I hate its
thermal.
final form. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, there's so many
yeah.
questions I have there.
I just like,
See, I feel like they for Poplio's like final form, like they started drawing it and they're like, look what I drew, and it's like, God damn it, like Jerry, like we had the budget for this, and you drew this thing. Fuck, now we have to use it. Um,
yeah. It seems like someone who probably really made this really enjoys the furry content. That's all I'm gonna say. It just
um
seems like they drew it to be slightly sexual, and I don't like that about it. Like I don't like that about the design. Like it's a Pokemon. It doesn't need to look like that. No, thank you.
yeah. Um, yeah, that being said, like I'm probably never gonna finish Sun and Moon, so I picked Litten,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean anything in the long
Uh,
run.
You should have picked Rowlet. Rowlet is the cutest little boy or girl. He's just the cutest little birdie. I love him, and he's grass flying. He's the first one since Bulby to start with multiple types. I love him. Give him the respect he deserves.
Anyways, so moving on to Gen
How fucking dare you? Give him respect. Respect Blathers, or he'll give you shitty coffee.
He's not the worst grass starter.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
Moving on, though, we get to the Galar region. Sword and Shield Gen 8. I've come around
Who
a
do
lot
you
on
pick for this one?
Grookey.
Good. Grookey. I love it.
And I'm not gonna lie, I picked Grookey just because the other two just look completely uninteresting to me.
That's okay. Honestly, I like all three of Grookey's evolutions. Even his little mini, like even his middle wacky form. I just think he kind of looks stupid, but I kind of love it. Like he doesn't look. I don't know what he's supposed to be, but I love him for that. And then I freaking love his final form and
Yeah,
how he
Rillaboom's
just
pretty
becomes
good.
drummer. He's drums. like my favorite move. Like he has all the grass. Like his favorite drum beat. Like he has one that's drums and it's literally grass drums and it brings me so much joy. Or like
He's
I
also
think
pure grass, which I really like.
yes. I really and his like Gigantamax move is literally a drum set evolves from the ground. He gets a wood drum set, which is pretty neat.
I will say though, like he is interestingly the first reused creature.
Who he is?
Well, he's another monkey.
Who else was a monkey?
Chimchar.
Oh yeah, but he's not like a fire monkey. He's a
Well, no,
grass monkey.
I'm just saying, like
They're
it's like
relatives.
they did really well at not reusing creatures for the starters, so it just I find it amusing. Like other than like birds, but like birds kind of get a pass because there's different ones.
Yeah,
This is like the first one they just did another monkey.
yeah.
But that's
But
fine.
they're different monkeys, okay? Like uh Rillaboom is much more beefy and jacked than than
Um,
Chimchar. He's
yeah,
a different monkey. There's different types of monkeys, Bill. Just like birds.
yeah.
They're clearly two different. Like he's more of like a like I don't what's the ones the big ones. Gorilla. Like he's more gorilla. Where like Chimchar is more like chimpanzee. You know what I'm saying? So they're different monkeys. So I just
Fair,
proved your bird point invalid.
whatever.
The monkey point. The monkey's fist. The monkey. Sorry. Do you
So
remember that from SpongeBob?
yes,
The
so
monkey chin. The monkey.
score bunny.
Hey, you can't complain. This is a new animal. A bun. Who
Yeah,
plays
but
soccer.
it evolves into a Naruto. Like
I forgot. That's what it has. Yeah, even has that. But
it
then
evolves into
it
a
evolves
Naruto.
into a soccer player.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, because that game has a soccer theme for some reason, and
Well,
that's
no. All the animals were like some sort. They were all themed after Europe. Like so, like
I know.
football is a big thing, and then the drumming had something to do with it. Because even the last one, I think, has um next one, yeah. But they were going for the Europe, the Europe vibes.
Yeah, I mean, so the score bunnies line is pretty okay. I mean, it's not great. I'll never choose
I
it.
don't know why he was Naruto.
Yeah, I don't know either. That being said, though, Sobble, I don't even know
Samuel just
what
looks concerned.
he does,
Like
but
he's
then
some
his
sort
like,
of lizard. Like
yeah,
a gecko. I think he's like a gecko.
but then he goes through like an emo phase, and then this becomes like
Yeah. I don't like
whatever
Drizzle.
drizzle,
I don't like Drizzle.
and then there's
And
Inteleon, who is just meh.
he's a secret agent. Well, he's supposed to be like James Bond.
Yes,
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, I never picked I pick Grookey every time.
Yeah, honestly. Like
The evolution does not make sense, honestly. I
like
mean, I visually see it, but like, doesn't I don't like it.
they just like the evolution, the starters since the Kalos have just kind of been at a point where they've just been going downhill.
Yeah.
Because then we move on to the Palladia region, and
Oh, which is the that's the last one that we've had.
Gen
That's
9,
the
yeah.
one. Shit.
And god damn it, like these three just don't do
I
anything for
didn't
me.
I didn't like either any of these really.
You didn't
I
like the
replaced
duck?
my starter.
You didn't like the duck?
I I like his firstborn, but I don't like any of the other ones. I'm
I
not a fan
forgot
of
what
his
these
final.
I forgot what these evolve
Well,
into.
let's start with the cat.
Oh
Grass cat.
god damn
Like
it. The
we are
transition.
replacing.
The transitions don't make any sense on
Well,
these.
also the grass cat is also giving me very much, again, furry and slightly sexual. Like they drew this to kind of make it look sexy. And I don't like that. Like I don't because I've seen there are furry costumes of this. There are furry costumes of this. So I don't like that. I don't know. I just don't like it with Pokemon. I just don't. It gives me the uncomfies. Like it's a game for kids. I don't like it. Yeah, but I hate Meowscarada. Like they stupid.
I will say the fire type, Fio Coco, whatever the fuck, his evolution chain makes sense. It's the
I
only one
like
that
his
does.
sombrero. The
That that
second
is
one.
that is interesting. I his evolution chain makes sense though. I
This is
see
the
that.
one that I chose. I chose the little Fueco guy because I mean, Ghost Fire is a nice combo. Definitely did enjoy
Hmm.
that. But yeah, I did replace him though. I got rid of my starter in this game because I thought there was a cooler fire Pokemon, so I replaced him with that because I just didn't really like him that much.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then Quaxley.
Quaxley, Quaxley's adorable. I will say I love Quaxley, but then I don't
His
like his
two
next form.
evolutions don't make any sense. Like
I hate whatever is on his head in the second. Like he went from adorable to like
he
why?
went from like newspaper boy hat to RoboCop.
Dunstan, Samba
Ro-
Dunstan. Oh,
RoboCop.
so
I
are
don't
you on
know.
the final one yet?
I
Because he
don't
goes
even
from
know.
RoboCop to Samba Dancer. Like I feel like those are like I don't know. Like I don't
I
like
mean,
his
we
color.
finally got water fighting, but it
Fight.
sucks.
I thought we had water fight. No, we had grass fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. My God. Like fucking Scarlet and Violet. Just everything about that game just bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah. I wonder are they doing a new Pokemon?
If they are, they haven't announced yet. Um. So I had mentioned it earlier. We should talk about We should talk about Arceus, because Arceus did a pretty
Oh yeah.
unique thing with its starters where it just picked three starters randomly. Which the ones they picked I thought were interesting because it picked Cyndaquil, Oshawott
Yes.
as the water type, and then I think it was Rowlet.
It was my boy Rowlet because guess who picked Rowlet?
You were like probably one of the few because when they put Cyndaquil there, I just went, "Oh, gee, I wonder what everyone's gonna pick."
Hey, I enjoyed the shit out of playing with my. Oh, that sounds weird. Out of, out of picking Rowlet. I'm not gonna finish that.
Um,
Oh, they look so cute too. Like I remember. Oh, I'm looking at the one where it shows like the three in like the professor's house, and you gotta pick. They're just so cute. Even though, Cyndaquil kind of looks like he just like he's passing some gas with just how
I
the
just
flames behind him are going.
their choice there I just thought was weird because it's like they literally like they picked one early one and then they were both like, yeah, let's pick some newer ones. And it was just like, gee, I wonder the nostalgia fans are gonna. I wonder which one they're gonna pick.
Well, I think they probably did it more based on the because for each of these ones they had a special design. So I think it was kind of based on that
True. I just
because
find
like
it interesting that it was set in the Sinnoh region basically, and they didn't choose a Sinnoh starter. Although you can find them in game, which is It's weird.
Well, see, that makes sense though, because it's like during the early days, you could go and find those starters wherever they weren't. They
True.
weren't.
RCS was such a weird game. I liked it, but my god, it was weird.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So those are all the starters so far. Um,
Have you ever looked at like fan theory, like Pokemon, like their guesses of like what the starters will look like? Because I remember it was cool when the last group of starters came out, looking at people's like, oh, like when they were like guessing of what the Pokemon would look like, or if it got leaked that like, oh, it was a fire crocodile, and people would kind of guess what it would look like, and then it was
my
nothing like that.
my absolute favorite was in the most recent game, Scarlet and Violet. The starters themselves got leaked,
Hmm.
and fans actually came up with their like evolutions, and
Yeah,
they looked 100 times better than the actual evolutions.
I want I want to look that up.
Um, yeah, if I was gonna rank them, it's very sad because like the top of the ranking is like basically all the first 5 games, and then everything else is just kind of like whatever after.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty. Oh yeah, like I remember there was like, oh, there was these ones that were pretty. I'm looking at some of these now, and I'm like, these were sick. Like of the fan theories of what it would look like, and then what we got. Like, there's this one of like Fuego where he ends up almost being like this zombie like dinosaur, and like that's sick. Like, why didn't they do something like that? Instead, we got like the weird
To be fair
alligator.
though, his evolution at least made sense. The other two, oof.
Yeah, but he could have been so much cooler.
That being said though,
Or,
if I'm gonna
oh my god! This one of Quaxley where he ends up becoming a pirate bird.
oh
Why
gee,
were we
I,
robbed? I'm
I wonder why
sorry.
you like that one.
You know what he also looks like? He also looks like Pelipper from Animal Crossing. So with this character design. So just saying, we were robbed. We were
Yeah. If I'm gonna pick my favorite gen though, it's definitely Gen 3. Probably followed by Gen 1, then 5, then 2, then 4. Then after that, I don't who cares?
Hold on. I lost the screen. I closed it prematurely. Bulbapedia, starters. My first. Okay. How would I rank them? I found them. Let's see. Okay, I gotta do Kanto number 1. Then I gotta do Hoenn number 2. Unova number 3. I really like Sinnoh. Sinnoh is number 4. Johto number 5. Uh, Galar number 6. Alola number 7. Kalos. And then Kalos and Palladia are tied for 8th.
See, you actually rated all of those, and I just was just like, fuck the rest. I don't care.
No, I rated them all because I'm not a quitter like someone named Billiam Barber.
Well, I'm sorry the last Pokemon game I truly enjoyed was Gen 6, and even then that was mostly because it was fresh and new at the time. Um I mean I've come around on Sword and Shield quite a bit. I've enjoyed
Good.
that one in my time. I've been playing it recently. Still got to finish it, so we're gonna eventually we'll probably revisit that game because I
Yes.
remember I infamously hated that game back in the day.
I know. And I
I
was like, it's not that bad. And you were like,
I fell asleep during our video talking about the Pokemon from it. So
all right. You shut up. You shut up right now.
but yeah, so starters, I like them.
Starters.
They're
You
very
like them.
important.
What? Bill likes things?
Anyways,
Bill is a fan of things?
so
No,
other than
no,
we'll do more Pokemon probably at
no
some
more.
point.
We're banning Pokemon. This is a Digimon exclusive podcast.
We already did that.
Oh. No, we're not talking about Pokemon ever again. We're going to talk about beans on toast.
Anyways, so yeah, we'll probably.
Hey! Don't acknowledge me. Acknowledge my cursedness. Don't you mute me. Don't put that stupid. No one, everyone cares about my facts. Everyone cares about my facts. And you know what? I'm gonna look up another one. I'm gonna look up a nice joke for you.
All right.
Because that's what you think of me. Oh, I forgot a whole piece of hair. That's what you think of me.
Serves you right.
You consider me a joke, but I am not a joke to you, Bill. I am your co-host that you're gonna fire soon, right?
Anyways,
Soon.
so
Wait. I'm looking up a dad joke. So, guys, thanks so much for watching the game. I'm listening.
my God.
Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to the Gaming and Collecting Podcast. The Gaming and Collecting Podcast is available on all your favorite podcasting platforms, such particularly Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods. What are some other ones?
You said the ones that we're on all the podcasting
We're on
platforms.
them all, and we're on YouTube sometimes.
No, we're always on YouTube. The video versions just don't always come out for this show in particular. That being said, though, I would like to shout out our network, the SuperPod network of podcasters. You can find the SuperPod network is a really awesome like little website that we've been building up lately. It got a whole ton of different podcasting shows. There's a bunch of videos, blogs, all sorts of stuff. But in particular, I want to shout out the other awesome creators over there, like SuperPod Saga, Super Ghost Radio, Retro Rehab, A Novel Console, Remember 64, Bar Silence, Fine Time, Gaming Together, Friday Night Gamecast, The Elder Trolls, Tommy's Video Game Ride Along, all of our GNC shows. It's just a great bunch of people. Everyone's
That's
constantly
a lot of podcasts.
pumping out content, and we do a whole bunch of group. We do a bunch of group things as well. Like we did a because you're always sleeping.
You could message me and
I
say, "Hey, we're doing
I
this."
texted you multiple times yesterday, and you never responded.
Wait, when? No, you didn't.
I did asking when we were going to record this. You never responded, so I just figured,
What
okay,
time
she's.
I never saw that. I swear, like I see it now, but I didn't see that.
Well, it's fine because it was like at 9:30, and you weren't going to want to do.
It's the thought that counts.
Alex, would you have wanted to do it at 9:30?
I don't know. Maybe I.
No, you wouldn't have because you're always tired and sleepy. And you would have said, "I'm tired. I don't want to."
You with me. So maybe I want to change my mind. It's the thought that counts. All right, just for that, you need to let me say this dad joke. It's fitting for our show. Ready? How did the barber win the race, Bill?
How?
He knew a shortcut.
And with that, everybody, we will see you all. We will see you all next time.
That was a good one. You can't deny that. You're
something.
A barber. I'm a barber. It's the gaming. It's the. What the? Oh, I thought I closed the window. Oh, that would have been bad.